Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin Reusch. I am a manager of our architectural design and engineering team. And I've been a member of the Stonhard family for just about 35 years now. And my specialty is calling on architects, designers, and engineers and kind of helping them to understand our industry and the applications that we cater to and the features and benefits of our flooring systems. So floor coving is an integral part of our floor and wall systems. Basically where the floor meets the wall, we have an integral base that can be applied vertically up the wall 2, 4, 6 inches. So the main benefits to floor coving is the fact that it adds an aesthetic value to your overall system. It improves cleanability and it provides the chemical protection where your floor meets the wall. So there are different materials used to create coving. There are tweed aggregates and then there are solid versions. But there's also two distinct types of coving that we provide. One is a radius cove where we create a 1-inch radius where the floor meets the wall, and the other is what we call a cant cove or a 45-degree cove. Each one has some different features and benefits to them, but ultimately what we're doing is creating an area where the floor and the wall meet that's going to be cleanable, as I said earlier, chemical protected, and that's the key behind it. Well, as most people know, coves can be installed with any type of flooring, but in our industry, the resinous flooring industry, we're applying different types of cove materials, whether they're a solid color or a tweed color. The ultimately is you want to tie your floor and your wall together. Again, it goes back to the aesthetic nature of it, the cleanliness piece of it, and the chemical protection. Well, the first thing we want to determine is what kind of height of cove do we want to apply, and then once we've measured that height, we'll install what we call a cove strip, which is basically a J-strip that's adhered to the substrate. Then we're using our coving tools to apply the material. What happens is you basically use a margin tool to bring your material up the wall, and then you use a radius cove tool to smooth that out and create that 1-inch radius, or you're using a margin trowel to create your cant cove. It's a simple process. It can be very detailed if you have a lot of turns, corners, and bump outs, but we're using these mechanically made tools to create a nice smooth finish for your customer. Well, I think the important thing to understand about coving is that it should always be a smooth finish, which allows for easier maintenance of that. Do not have a textured cove applied. You don't need texture on the vertical surface like you would on the floor. So it's important that your applicator apply a smooth surface, which allows for easier cleanability. That's critical. Well, based on the materials that we use, the resins, the UV protection that it offers, these products last conceivably for the life of the building and the life of the space in that use. Well, depending on the flooring system chosen, there are solid variations, there are tweeds, there are flakes. So it really is a matter of your designer selecting an option that works best for the space that you're trying to design. Well, the main difference is that a resin-based coving is an integral part of your floor and how it ties into the wall, whereas skirting and baseboard is a separate piece, which doesn't provide the same cleanliness at the wall to floor interface. There could be some issues with cleanability there. When you use a resin-based solution, you don't have that issue. Absolutely. In fact, we recommend it. Basically, what we try to do is provide a bathtub effect in that space. When you have an integral cove base, it prevents waters from migrating out of the space into other areas. So by including a 2-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch cove base, we're creating that bathtub and containing the water within the space. The simple answer is yes. I think what you have to be cognizant of is how do they apply their cove. Remember, you want to have a cove that is troweled in place, providing you a smooth finish that will be easier to clean, provide you the correct durability and longevity. Be careful of companies that will broadcast their cove or apply liquids and throw sand at their cove. You do not want texture on that finish. It will make it very hard for you to clean. Again, a smooth surface, easy to clean, durable, and long lasting. That's ultimately what you want to achieve. So in closing, remember the importance of choosing Cove when you're doing a resin-based flooring solution is to provide you a clean surface transition from your floor to your wall with that radius, something that's going to be durable, easy to maintain, provide you some aesthetics and long-lasting solution. And if you have any questions about coving, please reach out to your local Stonhard representative. They'll be happy to provide you the right information and the proper details. Thank you for joining us today.